Okay, hello. So I'm here to do another video, just to give, I guess, a little background on me, why I went natural, when I went natural, how I went natural, just things that, I usually like to know about the people whose videos I'm watching. So I decided to go natural, I guess, in 2011. I kind of felt like I wanted to, just because, like, I always loved pretty curly hair, and I always wanted my hair to be curly when it got wet, and it never was because I had to get perms at a really early age. And I used to have to think you have to be light skinned or mixed to have pretty curly hair, and then it's like I would see people and they were natural, and I was like, oh, that's pretty, but people only go natural to get dreads. That was my, or locks, as people are calling them now, but that was my belief. Like, okay, you either never get a perm and your hair is like beautiful and curly all the time, or you are going natural to get locks. And so I really wasn't very informed, and I think that's really what stopped me. I really wanted to be informed. I wanted to do my research. I wanted to know if I can maintain it, because I was like, oh, okay, well, if I cut all my hair off and go natural, it's going to be so easy. And then, no, it's really not. Like, there's so much that you have to know. There's so much that you have to just try. You don't have to be a product junkie, but you have to know what works best for your hair, and things like that. So around October 2011, I stopped getting perms. Well, I got my last one in September of 2011 because I got it for my birthday, and then after that I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stop. So I transitioned for about 7 months because I did my big chop in April, or 7.5 months, something like that. And so I decided that I was ready, that I was trying to go a full year, but I think what really got me was like just watching the videos and people doing their big chop and talking about transitioning. Like, I realized that sometimes that perm hair can really weigh your hair down, and I really didn't want any breakage. I wanted really healthy hair, and I was just running out of styles, like, because every time I wore it straight, it was just like the roots were always getting so puffy and the bottom would be straight, and like it was just bad. And I was just like, I really didn't know a lot of good transition styles, because even with perm hair, my hair wasn't very long. It probably was like maybe to here, like neck length. It wasn't long at all. So I didn't have a lot of flexibility already. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just ready. Summer's coming up. It'll be a nice style to rock over the summer. So let me do that. I can't say I really had any length goal, because I've never really been one like, oh, I just want long flowing hair. I never really wore a lot of weaves or like braids and stuff. I really thought it was heavy. I'm seeing now that if it's your own hair, it can be a little lighter, but like I've never really wanted long hair. But I think if I had to have a goal now, it's probably be maybe to my shoulders. I really like that length. If it grows longer, I'm okay with that. But I'd say, like, just for right now, I'll say I want my length to be like maybe to my shoulders. That would be a good length. But I'm not rushing it. I'm really enjoying the process getting there. I know a lot of people that they go natural and they do braids or kinky twists, but I was ready to jump in there, so I just, the next day, like, let me figure out styles to do. I started with coils and coil outs and doing stuff like that. So that's why I went natural, how I went natural transition for about 7 to 8 months, and then I did the big chop myself. I just decided, like, a couple of days after my daughter's first birthday, I was like, doing this. I've looked at all these YouTube videos. I can do it. And so I did it, and I think eventually when I figure out how to work the movie thing, I'll do a picture slideshow of just me transitioning, and then when I did my big chop. And I guess as far as for lengthwise, you see, like, I don't know if you can see, there's very light color on the end. So that was all, like, at my roots. Like, I had just tried to dye my hair, and it wound up being just maybe a shade lighter than my natural hair color. So when I first did the big chop, it looked like I had just dyed my hair, because all of the ends were, like, this beautiful color. And so as it's grown out, like, that's kind of how I've been telling how I've been with length, because at the very tips is where the color is. So I did that. Reception. I say my husband, he was not feeling the natural thing at all. He's still just like, if you're happy, fine, but not his cup of tea, which is okay. It kind of sucks, because that means you're, your husband, and you always, I feel like I got his support, and as long as I loved it, he loved it. So that was cool, and I really just feel good about it. I mean, it's given me a lot of confidence. I get so many compliments that I never got, I don't think, really with perm hair, because I guess my hair looks like everybody else's, but now that I try so many styles, people are just like, that's so cute, I'd love to try that. Like, it's really it's a lot of fun. It's like if you're willing to put in the effort to try different styles and do it. Even something like this, like these mini twists, didn't take me that long. It took me 4 hours. That's a lot to some people, but for me, it was, you know, it was worth it to me to where not have to do my hair for a month. But that's kind of it, my backstory, like why I went natural and how I did, some of the reception. But for the most part, people have said that, you know, looks really good. I love it personally. I think it's one of the best decisions I ever made. I don't foresee going back to getting relaxers at all. I really, really love my hair in its natural state. And I'm really excited to just, you know, share my natural hair journey with everybody else and hopefully encourage people who are still on the fence and trying to decide what they want to do. So just go ahead and try it because, you know, worst come to worst, you hate it, you can go back to relaxers or you can do something else. But, I mean, I haven't really met anybody who went natural and just totally hated it. And pretty much, yeah, that's it. So hopefully you guys know a little bit more about me and comment if you have any questions or tips or just anything.